Hi, everybody. Welcome to the latest edition of Take 5. Today's topic, the danger of social media assumptions. Now, we've all seen it, right? Someone goes online or posts online that they were treated unfairly by their boss, or a headline flashes about a controversial court decision. Within minutes, social media lights up with outrage. Thousands of people, most of whom know nothing beyond a single post or a headline, are suddenly experts, judges, juries. It's the age of the armchair quarterback, as I like to say. It's dangerous. Now, what's really happening? Stories hit social media. We're seeing a snapshot, one person's perspective, one headline stripped of nuance. But human nature pushes us to fill in the blanks. And usually we fill them in with the worst possible assumptions. It feels easy to click, share, add our hot take, or pile on in the comments. But when we do that, we often spread half truths or worse, outright misinformation. Now, why is this a problem? Why am I talking about it? Well, here's why it matters. Reputations get destroyed. Employers, professionals, even entire organizations can be labeled as villains without anyone knowing the full story. Misinformation starts to spread, and it spreads fast. A dramatic post will get shared thousands of times before anybody even bothers to check the facts. Trust starts to erode. People begin to believe that every employer is abusive, every regulator is corrupt, every court is unjust. I mean, because social media thrives on outrage, not accuracy, that's what ends up happening. Now, once an impression is formed, it's pretty hard to undo, even if the facts eventually prove it otherwise. I've seen cases where employees' side of the story went viral, painting a company as heartless. Later, the evidence came out showing there was much more to the situation. But by then, the damage is done. The same thing happens with court cases, and we've seen plenty of those where a decision comes down, people don't understand the legal reasoning, social media explodes, the system's broken. The system isn't necessarily broken. The reality is the decision may have been based on details that the public never sees or never really understands. So we really need to do something about this. And how can we make a difference? Well, I think we push back against that armchair quarterback effect. And some of the things we can do are really very simple, right? Before making any kind of reaction or posting something, let's ask ourselves, do I know the whole story? Am I in a position to really say something about this? Look for credible sources that go beyond the headline or the single post. How many people have said to you, oh, I heard blah, blah, blah? Well, they heard it because they saw something on social media but never bothered to dig into the true details of what really was behind what that person posted and whether that post was even real. We have to resist this notion of piling on. Just because something is trending doesn't mean it's true. We've got to model better behavior and, I guess, share thoughtfully, not reactively. Now, these are small actions, I'll admit, but collectively, they change the tone of the conversation. Social media gives everybody a megaphone, but with that power comes responsibility. So the next time you see a story that stirs your emotions, remember, being an armchair quarterback doesn't help. Being curious, careful, and committed to the truth, that's what helps. Outrage is easy. Understanding takes work, and that's where the real value will lie. So thanks for listening to my rant. I hope you enjoyed this. I appreciate you listening, and if you like these videos, please hit subscribe. And until the next time, thanks for visiting. See you again soon.